Alright, where we left off is you should have the first two layers solved and the yellow cross. If you don't have that, that means you didn't watch my previous videos. Go back and watch my first video, which is how to understand the cube and learning algorithms. And then my second video is the first layer. My third video is the second layer and the yellow cross. And that brings us to where we are now. Now, what you should be able to do is you should be able to line up two colors with the, of course, yellow's on top and then the other color that's on the side. In my case, I have orange and green and they're right next to each other, which means, just move your finger over one and you get that. But you might get a case where they're across from each other. If they're across from each other, just hold one that is in front and do the algorithm I'm about to say. And if you have a case like mine, then all you need to do is do the algorithm I'm about to say with one on your right hand and one in the back. Now, if you have them across from each other, when you do the algorithm, what's going to happen is you'll be able to line them up side by side. So the algorithm is right, up, right inverted, up, right, up, right inverted. And then if you've done it from when they're side by side, you should have to do a U and that'll line it up. But whatever, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now we have everything except the corners. And this is probably one of the most frustrating parts, because if you mess up here, you need to start over on the whole entire cube. That's why it's really hard to learn a puzzle like the 5x5 or the Mega Minx. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for a corner piece. You're either going to have 0, 1, or 4 corner pieces. In my case, I have 1. If you have 0, do the algorithm once or twice until you find one that's a corner that's in the right spot. They don't have to be orientated correctly, just like in this case I have white, green, red, yellow, green, red, and then yellow, green, red. It's the same thing. It doesn't need to be orientated, it just needs to be in the right spot. When you do find one, hold it so that from the top it's in the bottom right, and from the front it's in the top right. So right here. Then you do the algorithm, up, right, up inverted, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left. And you should have to do that once or twice to get corners in the right spot. Then, once you have them in the right spot, just like I do, you need to orientate them. You can start from any spot. Just remember the beginning of my first video, I said that moving the cube 6 times will bring it back to its original state. That means that you can just skip over these. So what I would do in this case is start with this one. You hold it so that the piece is in the top right of the front, bottom right of the top. And you do the same algorithm as at the beginning. Right inverted, right, down. And then you repeat that until it comes up. If it was on the side, then you will have to do it 2 times. If it was in the front, like me, you'll have to do it 4 times. And then do not just turn the cube like this, because that's going to mess it up. And that happens because what you're doing is you're mixing up these pieces, and if you do this, you're mixing up these pieces as well. But I'm not sure how, but if you just turn it like that, and you do it until it comes up, it doesn't mess it up. It just, somehow the cube works that it'll just go back to normal. And then what will happen is all you'll have is the top and middle layer, or the bottom and middle layer will be solved, and the top layer, it'll be orientated right and everything. You just have to turn it, and you've solved your first Rubik's Cube. Or your second. But congratulations, now you can solve it. Make sure to watch the previous videos, like, subscribe, and keep an eye out for my next videos on like the 2x2, the void, the 4x4, 5x5. Basically anything on this table you will be able to solve. Plus any puzzles we're going to be ordering in the future. Bye bye.